teach you about is how to write down or read digital time. So, as I said, this is an analogue clock, but we can write down or read digital time as well. So the first thing we have to know about this clock is that each one of these numbers stands for 5 minutes. So if we start with 0 there at 12, once the hand goes to 1, 5 minutes have passed. And then 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So you can see I'm counting up in fives. 25 minutes. And down here is 30 minutes. 35 minutes, 40, 45, 50, and 55. And what we can do is, because on the digital clock we need 2 numbers for the minutes, we're just going to put another 0 in front of that 0 and a 0 in front of that 5. Now, let's have our hands. So the big hand is still pointing to the 12, small hand is still pointing to the 2. So we can write that down as a digital time. Let me tell you how to do that. We're going to look first of all at where the hour hand is. It's pointing at the 2. So let's write down 2. Your next job is to do 2 dots. 1, 2, like that. Now we're going to write the minutes. And for the minutes, you look at your minute hand, that's the long one, and it's pointing to the 12, which really means 0 minutes. 0 minutes have passed. There we go, and that's also called 2 o'clock. Because as we know, when the big hand is pointing to 12, we call it o'clock, and this is the way we write it. Let's try another digital time. Let's do the 1/2 one. So the big hand would be moving around this way, be pointing to the 6. Now, let's start with the hour hand again. Short hand. Short hand is pointing just beyond the 2. Let's write 2 again. Second thing you do is do your 2 dots. Now, let's have a look at the big hand. It's gone halfway around the clock, it's 1/2. And how many minutes? 30. Because we counted up in fives and there are 30 down there. So we call that 2:30 or 2:30. Let's have a look now at 1/4. So, my big hand is pointing to the 3. We'll leave my hour hand where it is. So let's start with the short hand again, the hours. So the short hand is pointing to the 2. Let's write down 2. Next job, 2 dots. Now let's look at the minutes. Where are the minutes pointing? It's pointing at the 3, which means 15 minutes. 15 minutes have passed. Okay. Now let's do one more of these. Let's move our minute hand all the way around here to the 9. That is 1/4 to the next hour. This this hour hand will have moved down a little bit like that. So let's start with our hour. Small hand, the hour hand is pointing to 2, so we wrote down 2. 2 dots. Now let's look at where the minute hand is pointing. It's pointing to the 9, but what minutes does that mean? 45 minutes. So 2:45, what we call that, or 1/4 to 3, because it's a quarter way to go until it gets to the next hour, which will be 3 o'clock. So that's why we say 1/4 to